This is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? Let's do a quick results video in this ASMR football video. Starting off with the Premier League, the English Premier League. We're going to look at the Championship as well, the English Championship, and then quite a few leagues more than that as well. We'll be checking out the leagues in England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, as well as, of course, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, the Netherlands, Turkey, and as many as I can get through. So let's go. Okay, so results from the Premier League this last weekend. And Postecoglou's start wasn't exactly perfect. Arsenal looking the real deal at the moment. 2 goals from Thubemendi, who isn't necessarily renowned for goal scoring. One of them absolutely brilliant. Another goal from Gyökeres, but he's exactly the player. Maybe I'm going to be made to eat my words. That he's exactly the player they needed. Just someone in the right place at the right time to put it in the back of the net. Doesn't need to be a part of the build-up play or anything. So resounding victory for Arsenal. Bournemouth beating Brighton, so despite all their changes, they're still doing well. Well done to Bournemouth. Mitwa with the goal for Brighton. Crystal Palace, Sunderland 0-0. It's quite a good result for Sunderland actually. Everton, Aston Villa 0-0. Aston Villa's start of the season is a little bit underwhelming. Last minute goal, 94th minute own goal from Goodmanson, meaning that Leeds narrowly lose at home. Try that again. Fulham narrowly beat Leeds at home. Then Newcastle beat Wolves with a goal from the new boy Voltemade. A good header from him, that's what he's going to be quite renowned for, I think. Spurs in the derby making it look a little bit too easy. Really worried about West Ham. I did say in the preview video that I thought they might go down this year. Really big club though to go down. But they're not doing very well, are they? I think Graham Potter's got weeks left, not months, but weeks left. Saar, Bergwall and Van de Ven. If they can keep him fit, then they're going to have a very good season indeed. I've been impressed with Spurs so far under their new manager. Brentford haven't been a total disaster without said manager though, as they managed to get a 93-minute equaliser to draw with Chelsea, who I said could challenge for the title. Have had a little underwhelming start to the season. Not bad, but not great either. Goals from Cole Palmer and Caicedo. Schade and Carvalho for Brentford. Cruel. I watched this match. I was so impressed with Burnley on the counter. And then they had a red card. And Liverpool were obviously all over them. But the penalty at the end covering up the cracks a little bit. I don't think Liverpool as well, I'm saying this, they've won every game so far. But Salah particularly is not, lighting up the Premier League just yet. Maybe he needs to get match fit or whatever. But they're just relying on late goals at the moment. Can they keep doing that? Burnley, very brave performance from them. Stupid handball. It was handball, but yeah, it was like, it obviously wasn't intentional. Back in the day that wouldn't have been given, but it definitely is now. And if Graham Potter's got weeks, well, I read somewhere, I don't know if it's complete nonsense, but I read that Ruben Amorim has got a clause of 12 million if they sack him, and I don't know if they can afford to sack him. but it's just not working. They looked awful. At least even Erik ten Hag, dare I say, could win against Man City. He lost against everyone else, but at least he beat Man City, but they were poor. Goal from Foden and 2 from Haaland, who looked really impressive. I think the expression in the article I read was square pegs for round holes. You know, he's playing Bruno Fernandes in a deep position. He's not that type of player. Luke Shaw in a back three, he's not great in that role. And there the 2 goals came from, so, you know, who's to blame? Is it those 2 players or the manager? I think it's the manager. Okay, so those are the Premier League results. Let's actually have a look at the table. Liverpool top, 4 wins out of 4. Everton next. Arsenal have got Man City on the weekend. Spurs have got Brighton. Bournemouth in 4th place. They've got Newcastle next. Then Chelsea, they've got Man United, so a nice easy win for them. No, we'll see. Everton in 6th, they're having a very good start to the season, as are Sunderland. Well done to them. They've got Aston Villa next. Man City in 8th. After those 2 losses, they've got a win at last. But that game against Arsenal next is going to be really telling. Because if they lose, then they've lost 3 of their opening 5 games. And if they win, then maybe Arsenal can't keep up the pace, having lost 1 already with Liverpool. I think for this early on in the season, it's actually really important. Shouldn't be, but it is. Crystal Palace unbeaten in 9th. Then Newcastle, Fulham, Brentford, Brighton, Man United in 14th. Nottingham Forest in 15th, Leeds 16, Burnley 17, West Ham in 18, Aston Villa, not having won a match yet. I've got Sunderland next, 19th, and Wolves. 4 losses in a row. They've got Leeds next. That's already a little bit of a 6-pointer, dare I say. Being slightly dramatic, but, you know. Championship. Middlesbrough doing brilliantly. Due their last match, but they are top. They got West Brom next, who are always there or thereabouts. Stoke having a fantastic season. Obviously all due to the Welshman on the wing that they've got. Bristol City in 3rd, so they're having another good season. Leicester 4th. As I said, West Brom in 5th, Coventry 6th. Look at that, Swansea City. I just watched them win in the cup against Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest and came up to do a video. So I'm absolutely chuffed with how our season's going so far. 5 games in the league, 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 unfortunate loss. 2 Middlesbrough, 2 just a goal from a corner. I thought we could have got a draw, so yeah, I think it's going brilliantly so far. Chuffed. Preston North End in 8th, Portsmouth 9, Norwich in 10. Birmingham, obviously they spent all that money. We've got them next, so it's the battle of the Americans. Queen's Park in 12th, Millwall 13th, Ipswich 14th, Southampton down in 15th. Only lost 1 match though. Blackburn in 16, Watford 17, Charlton in 18, Derby in 19, Hull in 20. They scored a last minute goal against, we'll have a look in a second, against Swansea on the weekend. Wrexham still not doing that great in 21, Oxford in 22, Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United down the bottom. 2 very big football clubs, can't believe they're that low. Ipswich 5, Sheffield United 0, I didn't realise there's that scoreline. Charlton Millwall 1-1, Oxford Leicester 2-2, Preston Middlesbrough 2-2, with a late goal from Hansen to keep that unbeaten streak going. I think they're looking really good early wise. There always is someone in this league that just like runs away with it. Could it be Middlesbrough here? Possibly. Coventry, Norwich 1-1. Sheffield Wednesday losing home to Bristol. The little Robins beating them 3-0. Stoke beating Birmingham 1-0, goal from Lawal. like I said, Swansea Hull 2-all. Egan with a 97th minute after McBurney, the little traitor. I hope he didn't celebrate. He's a Swansea fan. Vipotnik scoring again, just like he did in the Cup tonight. He's brilliant. Blackburn 1, Watford 0, Derby 1, West Brom 0. Wrexham losing at home 3-1 to QPR. Connor Cody with an own goal. Kiefer Moore scoring another goal for them. And Southampton, Portsmouth, South Coast Derby 0-0. Let's take a look at the other English leagues then. So we've got League One. Top of the league is Cardiff, unbeaten. Did draw their last match. 1-all with Stockport County with a 97th minute equaliser from Salesh. But apart from that, everything is hunky-dory for Cardiff. Bradford in second, Barnsley, Stevenage. Wow, I used to live near Stevenage. I'd be really shocked to see them in the Championship. Doncaster, Huddersfield, and then we have Wigan in 8th, Bolton in 12th, Plymouth in 17th, Reading in 21st, Burton Albion, Blackpool, and Peterborough United. And League 2, Swindon are top, Gillingham unbeaten in second, Salford City in third, Walsall, Grimsby, Chesterfield and Bromley make up the top 7. Milton Keynes Dons in 10th, Cambridge United in 13th, Barnet in 15th, then we have Newport County in 22nd, Shrewsbury and Cheltenham down the bottom. And the Women's Super League is kicked off as well. 2 games in, Man United are top, joint 1 points with Arsenal and Chelsea and Spurs. A good goal from Sam Kerr coming back after, it's like over a year she's been off, isn't it? Or a goal on the 93rd minute. Aston Villa put up a good fight actually. I saw the highlights of this match and I thought there were some occasions where I thought Aston Villa were going to maybe get a draw to the match. Man City 2, Brighton 1, goals from Shaw and Hasegawa. Arsenal hammering the Hammers. I never do that intentionally, you just, whenever they get beaten I was hammering, but yeah, my brain's not that quick. Man and Blackstenius, Ford and 2 from Russo in injury time. Leicester beating Liverpool 1-0, that's quite a big result when Egmond with the goal. Man United beating the first team to not be from another club, so they are a completely original club, London City Lionesses, not associated with any men's club. Man United though beating them with Letizier, Riviere, 2 from Malar and 1 from Park. And Spurs beating Everton 2-0, goals from Attinen and Tanber. Okay, I've got a couple of minutes, let's see what we can get through in Europe then. So Bayern are top, 3 games out of 3, Borussia Dortmund second, FC Cologne in third, one of my favourite teams, St. Pauli in 4th, Frankfurt in 5th and Hoffenheim in 6th, Leipzig down in 7th, Freiburg in 13th, Stuttgart 12th, Bayer Leverkusen in 10th, Mainz in 15th, Borussia Mönchengladbach in 16th, Hamburg in 17th. They haven't got a win just yet, but I'm sure it'll come. Could be this weekend against Heidenheim, who are below them, and they're playing each other. So Leverkusen beat Frankfurt 3-1, which I was a little bit surprised at. I've earmarked Frankfurt for big things this season. Goals from 2 from Grimaldo and 1 from Patrick Schick. Dortmund winning 2-0, goals from Guirassy and Bayer. Freiburg beating Stuttgart 3-1, Mainz losing home to Leipzig 1-0, Union Berlin losing home to Hoffenheim 4-2, FC Köln drawing away to Wolfsburg 3-0, goals coming from Amura, Meyer, Arnold for Wolfsburg, and Waldschmidt, Johannesson and Kaminski in the 104th minute for Cologne. I was going to watch this match, and then I think it was 3-0 before I even turned it on. Bayern are looking absolutely unstoppable at home, particularly, just in general. Gnabry, Pavlovic, Kane with 2 goals, and Luis Diaz with 1. St. Pauli beating Augsburg 2-1. Utonji and Sinani with the 2 goals for the home team. And then Werder Bremen winning away 4-0. Bangula, Steyer, Schmidt and Neymar. Serie A. So my pick Napoli and Juventus. I said that they would be top 2 and they are going strong. Cremonese I did not predict at this point to be that high up. Udinese neither. Milan doing better than I thought. Roma doing as well as I thought they would do. Atalanta not struggling quite as much, although I did predict a big loss for them in the Champions League. And indeed it happened. Exact score I predicted, in fact. We'll talk about that when I do a video next week on the Champions League results. Cagliari, Como, Torino, Inter with 2 losses down in 11th. Lazio with 2 losses in 12th. Bologna with 2 losses down in 13th. I said that Lazio and Bologna would struggle this year. Sassuolo, Genoa, Fiorentina, a little bit surprised about them. Verona, Pisa, Parma and Lecce. Cagliari beating Parma 2-0. El Derby dell'Italia, Juve against Inter. Unbelievable match. I haven't checked the goals out yet, but I fully intend to click on that video later on. Kelly, Yildiz, Duham, Ulien, Adzic with a 91st minute winner. Chanalolu with 2 goals and Tuham. So the brothers playing against each other. And Fiorentina losing at home. No shame really. Napoli. De Bruyne with a goal. Højlund with his first for the new team in Beukema. Roma losing at home to Torino. Just a complete smash and grab from Torino. Roma were all over them. And they just ran down the other end and scored on the 70th minute, was it? Oh no, 60th minute. And Roma huffed and puffed, but the creativity wasn't there. Torino played a really good defensive match, fair play to them. Atalanta 4, Lecce 1, Pisa 0, Udinese 1, Sassuolo beating Lazio 1-0, goal from Fadera. Milan beating Bologna 1-0, goal from Modric. Modric has got his first goal, I think. Verona, Cremonese 0-0, Como, Genoa 1-1. I thought they were losing, so 92nd minute equaliser. Pass, the fantastic Argentinian, and Ekuban for Genoa. Ligue. Paris Saint-Germain obviously out in front. Lille in second, Monaco, Lyon, Strasbourg and Rennes. We'll talk about their result in a minute. Marseille next, then Lens, Nice, Toulouse, Paris FC, Angers, Le Havre, Nantes, Auxerre, Lorient, Brest and Metz. Result: Marseille beating Lorient 4-0. Goals from Greenwood, Pavard, Gomez and Aguerd. Nice beating Nantes 1-0. Auxerre losing home to Monaco 2-1. Goals from Minamino and Ilenikena. Lille beating Toulouse 2-1. Brest losing home to Paris 2-1. Metz Angers 1-0. PSG beating Lens 2-0 with 2 goals from Barcola. Strasbourg beating Le Havre with a late penalty from Panicelli. And Rennes, who were losing until the 80th minute against Lyon, then scored 3. 80th, 93rd and 95th minutes. Rounaud, Descamps and Meite with the goals. And next is La Liga. Despite what I said in the previous video, Real Madrid have started really well in the league. 4 wins out of 4. Barcelona are in second, Espanyol third and Athletic Club in fourth. Espanyol a little bit of a surprise package. Getafe, Villarreal 5th and 6th. Then we have Deportivo Alavés, Elche It's quite high up. Osasuna, Real Betis, Atletico Madrid down in 11th. Sevilla in 12th. I said I'm worried about them this year. Rayo Vallecano, Celta Vigo, Valencia, Real Oviedo has got a win. So they're up in 16th. Real Sociedad, wow, really low for them. They haven't got a win yet. 17th, Levante, Mallorca and Girona, who I said Girona might go down this year. Okay, Sevilla, Elche 2-all. Getafe, Real Oviedo 2-0. Real Sociedad losing at home to Real Madrid. Oyarzabal with a penalty, but Mbappe and Güler with the goals for Real Madrid. Surprisingly, at San Mamés, Athletic Club losing home to Deportivo Alavés. Berenguer with an own goal. Then Atlético de Madrid finally getting a win against Villarreal. Barrios and González with the goals. And on Sunday, Celta Girona 1-all, Levante Real Betis 2-all. Goals from Romero, Eyong, Hernández and Fornals. Osasuna beating Rayo 2-0. I didn't watch Valencia because the last 3 games they played against Barcelona they've lost horrifically. And at like half time it was only 1-0. I was like, oh, maybe I should have watched it. And then the goals came in. Lopez with 2, Rafinha with 2, Lewandowski with 2, 6-0. And then Espanyol beating Mallorca 3-2. Goal from Milla, Fernandez and Garcia. Muriqi scoring 2 more goals. Wow, he is always in the goals. Okay, so Scotland then. I'll have a quick cheeky look. I was reading all these articles this week on BBC about, can a non-old firm team actually have a title challenge? And they were quoting them since the last time that has happened. But Hearts, are doing it at the moment, so good for them. So Celtic are top, Hearts joint top, 1 less goal difference, and then Hibs in 3rd. Obviously Rangers down in 10th, not a single win yet, 4 draws and a loss, having an absolutely terrible season. Their loss was in fact to Hearts, 2 goals to 0. Shankland, who else, scoring those 2 goals for Hearts in front of their own fans. So obviously major problems there. And Celtic obviously got problems of their own, but they won on the 96th minute with a goal from Iniacho. So the 2 big old firm clubs are struggling a little bit this year. They'll still probably do fine in the end, but Eredivisie, Feyenoord are top, PSV are 2nd, Ajax in 3rd, and Alkmaar are in 4th, Nijmegen, Utrecht, Groningen and Sparta Rotterdam. And then down the bottom, Excelsior, Heerenveen and Heracles. We had goals. Oh, I see. Feyenoord played today, apparently, in their extra game. Uedan Sliti with a 2-goal win over Fortuna Sittard. Last weekend, matches were Ajax 3, Zwolle 1, Klaassen and Goltz with 2 goals. Nijmegen 3, Eindhoven 5. Pepe with 2 goals, Van Bommel, Veerman and Boadu. Misijan, El Kashati and Sherry with the goals for the home team. Go Ahead beat Volendam. Their first loss this season, actually. They had 4 draws up to this point. Breum, Edversen and Surrey with the goals. Twente Breda 2-all. Feyenoord beating Heerenveen 1-0 with a goal from Haj Moussa. Then Sparta beating Excelsior 1-0. Groningen beating Utrecht 1-0 Rente with a goal. Alkmaar beating Heracles 2-1. Panetta and Meerdink with the goals there. And Telstar losing at home to Fortuna Sittard 3-1 to comp with a goal for the home team, and the away team Gladon and Eikel. And then the Super Lig, Galatasaray top, 5 wins out of 5. Fener are 2nd, Trab are third, Göztepe fourth, and Antalyaspor started well in fifth. We have to go all the way down to 10th to find Beşiktaş, Konyaspor in 9th, Başakşehir in 11th, Eyüpspor in 14th, Kayserispor 15th, and then Karagümrük, Kocaelispor and Gençlerbirliği down the bottom. 2-2 draw for Fenerbahce with a 93rd minute equaliser from Özdemir. For Alanyaspor, Samsunspor 0-0 with Kasim Pasha. Karagümrük lost home to Başakşehir 2-0. Rizaspor winning at home 1-0 to Gençlerbirliği. Gaziantep winning 2-0. Fenerbahce winning against Trab 1-0. Goal from En-Nesyri. Kayserispor, Göztepe 1-0. Konyaspor losing at home to Alanyaspor 2-1. Beşiktaş beating Başakşehir 2-1. 91st minute winner from Cengiz Ünder. Antalyaspor winning away 2-1. Dikmen and Jikia, one of my favourite players. Karagümrük 0, Kasim Pasha 1, and Galatasaray beating Eyüpspor 2-0. Icardi and Akgün were the goal scorers. The Ekstraklasa in Poland, we still have a topsy-turvy table. After 7 or 8 games, some 6, Wisła Płock are still top, but they've lost their last game. Górnik Zabrze in second, Cracovia and Korona Kielce. Białystok are in 5th, Legia Warszawa 6th, Lech Poznań in 8th, and Raków Częstochowa are in 16th. Bearing in mind they're in the Conference League, they're not having a good start to the season. They lost at home to Górnik Zabrze, goal from So, and Legia Warszawa beating Radomiak Radom 4-1. And we also saw Jagiellonia Białystok drawing 1-0, 93rd minute equaliser for the home team Piast Gliwice. Lech losing at home to Zagłębie Lubin. Jagiello with the home goal, and the away goals Lavniczak and Kosidis. We're going to go to Belgium. Union Saint-Gilloise unbeaten and top. Sint-Truiden in second. Charleroi in third. Mechelen in fourth. What on earth is happening? Anderlecht in fifth. Club Brugge in sixth. Antwerp in eighth. Genk in 10th. Gent in 11th. Wow, what is going on in that league? Recent results: Genk losing home to Sporting Charleroi 1-0. Anderlecht and Genk drawing 1-1. Gent winning away to Royal Antwerp. Ooh. Fixed it. Royal Antwerp. Union Saint-Gilloise winning away to bottom of the table Dender. And Zulte Waregem beat Leuven 2-0. Ligue Portugal, Porto are top, even though I said that they were going to come third this year. 5 wins out of 5, Sporting in second, Moreirense in third, Benfica in fourth. They've just sacked their manager after the debacle in the Champions League. Braga are in 7th. Recent results: Sporting beat Famalicão 2-1. Gonçalves and Suarez with the goals. Porto beat Nacional 1-0, Aguilar with a penalty. And Benfica could only draw with Santa Clara, Pavlidis with a goal, but Vinicius on the 92nd minute with an equaliser. Pop in the Greek League briefly. Olympiacos are top after 3 games, as are AEK Athens and PAOK Thessaloniki. I missed the Allsvenskan. Mjällby are still top with only a couple of games to go. Hammarby 10 points behind and AIK third. Malmö down in 5th this year after winning it 2 years in a row. Norway, we got Bodø Glimt, who are debuting in the Champions League tonight in first space. 2 points behind them are Viking and Brann and Tromsø. Rosenborg are in 5th. Austrian Bundesliga, Rapid Wien are top, unbeaten, 5 games in Salzburg. 5 points behind, actually, and it was only 6 games, but still. Altach are in 3rd. Sturm Graz are down in 5th. And Austria Wien are in 9th. Lasker in 11th. Some very surprising positions there. Altach, wow, I can't believe they're so high. Wolfsburger in 4th. And Rapid Wien beat Tirol 4-1 in their last match. Going well for them. And then Denmark, Superligaen. AGF are top, so Aarhus are top. Currently 1 point ahead of Copenhagen, København. Midtjylland in 3rd and Brøndby are in 4th. Brøndby have just got a new coach, haven't they? Steve Cooper of Wales. Well, they'll now win the Champions League. They've got a Welsh manager. I wonder if we can get any Welsh players out to Denmark. So they are top, Aarhus, with 5 wins out of their last 5 matches. Prior to that, they'd only drawn 2 and lost 1, so they're on a hell of a streak. But they have Brøndby next. And Brøndby won their first game under Steve Cooper against Copenhagen to deny them top spot. 2 goals from 1 goal from Gregoritsch, the Austrian, and Spearings. So that's a very good start for him, well done. And I think we'll leave it. Oh no, we'll look at Ireland and Wales. So Shamrock Rovers are top, Derry City in 2nd, Shelbourne are actually in 4th. So 7 points ahead now with 2 games in hand, Shamrock Rovers. I wonder whether the Conference League is going to start to interrupt them now. Sligo and Cork down the bottom. Northern Irish Premier League, Glentoran are top after 7 games unbeaten, 1 point ahead of Larne. And in Wales, Carnarvon are top, unbeaten, and 3 points ahead of TNS. I would love it if Carnarvon won the league. We'd be going from a team which technically is an English team, sort of, just outside the border, to Carnarvon, which is the town in Wales with the highest percentage of Welsh speakers. I think there's 80% of the population speaks Welsh. So you couldn't get to a more polar opposite. And on that note, I'll leave it there. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it, leave a comment, let me know how your club is doing, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We do this every week, as well as lots of other content. So stick around, and if you love what I do already and you've been here before, join me on Patreon. Okay, thanks so much everyone, thanks for watching, and see you again soon. Bye 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 bye.